Hello my friends and welcome. This is the latest update from Ukraine. Let's start from the main news which are coming from the Sevastopol Russian military port. The Russian Federation again lost the big landing ship plus for the first time submarine. The name of the big landing ship was Minsk. Pretty much it's the similar size with the landing ship that Russia lost recently in Novorossiysk port. Well, that one is still on repairs, but the repair jobs will continue for many months and probably many years. The submarine name was the Rostov-on-Don and it was used to target the Ukrainian infrastructure and civilian objects. It is not the nuclear one, however, it may carry the nukes on board, as well as the Caliber cruise missiles, with which this submarine, for example, in particular, attacked Vinnytsia last year. So how does Russia lost the submarine and the ship? Ukraine helped. Yes, it was the Ukrainian attack. Firstly, let's speak where it happened and then what Ukraine used to target the Russian ships. This video was filmed the last night from the Sevastopol Bay. Clearly, there is the big kaboom. It was not the only one, at least 3 of the kabooms were reported in the same area, the area of the facility that is used to repair the Russian military ships. They used the dry docks, that is why the submarine and the ship didn't go into the ocean floor, but went totally kaput. We're gonna see the satellite images also in this video. Locals took lots of the picture of the fire in this particular place. The fire was there for many hours. This is the satellite image before the attack happened. I understand that the resolution is not that good, but still we may see the big Russian landing ship Minsk and the submarine Rostov-on-Don. Those are the dry docks that Russia uses to repair the bottom of the ships and the systems that are not accessible, then the ship stays on the water. So here is the bay, the entrance to this place and the entrance to this place. So this picture was taken before we go to other picture that was taken after the attack. Let me tell you about the sponsor and also the great partner of my channel, the Atlas VPN. They have the special deal that was made for my followers in particular, where you may get the Atlas VPN Premium for just $170 per month, plus you'll have 6 months for free. I always use the Atlas VPN on every of my devices. Let me tell you why. If you don't care about your digital security, my friends, think twice. 5 years ago, I lost my Pilot Blog YouTube channel and I have to restart it. Basically, my device was hacked. If I would have used Atlas VPN, it won't be happening. So I tried many VPNs since that time, but for Atlas VPN, I trust the most. Also, Atlas VPN grants me the full access to any kind of series on the Netflix streaming platform. So I don't care about the government restrictions any longer. And sometimes I check the enemy site, social media, and for that I also use the Atlas VPN. You can basically change your virtual location to any point in the world. And Atlas VPN is so fast that you'll never feel the difference whether it's on or off. But I do recommend it to keep it on all the time. And now, my friends, please check out my personal link in the video description just below or scan the QR code that is available on the screen, where you may get the Atlas VPN Premium for just $170 per month, plus you'll have 6 months for free. This is the best VPN service out there, so do not hesitate to join our club. Now let's continue with this very important case. Let's go to the pictures after. You see that it's the great devastation to the submarine and the ship is no more existing. We may see the place where the rocket went into and I guess over here to the submarine. Actually, there were at least 3 of the explosions, so with this resolution it's hard to say where it was targeted and what was targeted, but also we may see the devastation to the dry docks. It was the huge fire. Also, the local rooms with equipment were damaged as well. Russia at first reported that they lost 4 of the army workers over there, and now they report that they lost 11 of them. This is the very important and qualified personnel that Russia is in need to fix their ships. Plus, we may say that Russia lost all of that repair facility that was used not just for the single submarine or for just a one landing ship Minsk. No, all of the Russian Black Sea Marine Fleet went into this place for repairs. I'm originally from Sevastopol, so I know where those docks are located. It's the only place in the city, and it's over here. You may see the very detailed picture on the Google Maps, but it's quite the old one. Let's check out the new satellite picture again, and let's go back to the Google Maps. So here was the ship and there was the submarine. I would say that this facility is crucial for the existence of the Russian Black Sea Marine Fleet, because every transport needs maintenance, like you need the maintenance on your car, changing oils, and some of the maintenance are only possible to do over there. Well, still we are in lack of the information about the actual damage that was caused to this repair facility, but based on the images we saw and based on the information coming from the Russian side that they lost the critical equipment over here that is used to repair those ships, my friends, I think the Russian Black Sea Marine Fleet is doomed in a long-term perspective, because they will not have the dry docks to repair their ships. And even if they would renew those docks, they still need the new equipment that before was supplied mostly by the European countries, like Germany. All of the modern tools to fix the ships, let's say, from the old Soviet Union, there is not much left in Russia. And speaking about the precise and reliable equipment, Russia has nothing to get it from. You may say China, well, it could be, but China also afraid to get under the sanctions. Well, still they may supply it, or some other third country, but it will take lots of the time, lots of the efforts that is crucial for the Russian Black Sea Marine Fleet. So we expect that the Russian fleet will be much less effective with this attack. I would say it is the most powerful Ukrainian attack on the Russian military, or it's better to say marine infrastructure, during this war. So, what did Ukraine use to target the Russian ships in Sevastopol Bay? The British and, I guess, French made cruise missiles that Ukraine launches from Sukhoi Su-24 airplanes. But why Russia didn't shut down those missiles? Because they have the air defense in that area, or not? Well, what you saw today is the result of the long chain event that Ukrainian army planned pretty much ahead. Firstly, around 3 weeks ago, Ukraine targeted the S-400 system over here, together with a very advanced radar system Predel-E. The system itself cost like 60 of the T-90 tanks. So Russia loses the awareness over this territory. Plus, Ukraine recently got control over the oil platforms in the Black Sea, somewhere between Crimea and the Snake Island. I thought that it was done to ensure the security of the vessels which are going from Odessa ports, but in fact, again, it expanded the secure area to make sure that Ukrainian rockets or the boat drones would reach the territory of Sevastopol and other military bases in Crimea. Here, the Russian planes do not fly any longer. The planes are capable actually to intercept some of the missiles. Not sure about the Storm Shadow, by the way, because this missile is very hard to intercept. However, Russia intercepted it already few of the times. The Russian officials before stated that if Ukraine would use the Western-made missiles or any kind of the weaponry on Crimea, they would attack the NATO countries for that, probably even with nukes. Well, it happened last night, and so far there is no reaction from Russia. They just confirmed that they lost one of the submarines and one of the ships. Probably the only guy who believes in Russian threats is Elon Musk, because yesterday we got the outrages of the Starlink signal again at the particular time of the Ukrainian attack on Sevastopol. Probably he knew what is going to happen and switched off the Starlink, but Storm Shadow doesn't need the Starlink. Again, I don't have the 100% evidence that Elon Musk did it for purpose. It was just a signal outrage that sometimes may happen. However, today his biographer in interview said that Elon Musk passed the controls to Pentagon over those areas which are used in the war in Ukraine. From now on, it means that Pentagon controls the signal over the east and the southern parts of Ukraine. Well, it was done even before I already told about it. Russia already lost many of the ships of their Black Sea Marine Fleet. From what we are able to see, Ukraine is mostly concentrated on the Russian landing ships. Without those big landing ships, Russia is quite limited in delivering their units to the southern part of Ukraine in case Ukraine cuts the supply lines of Crimea. I'm speaking about the Kerch Bridge and two of the lines that are going from Crimea to the north. With ATACMS missiles, Ukraine has all the chances to isolate Crimea from the Russian Federation. Obviously, we have lots of the memes about the current situation because Russia lost the submarine to the country which doesn't have the marine fleet. One more photo evidence taken by the people from the place. Unfortunately, we have some sort of the fence on the front, so we're unable to see the full ship. But here's the big antenna of the ship. You can see construction is totally devastated by fire. The ship was old, but the submarine quite new, made in 2014. Alright, let's go to the front lines update. Ukraine gets more and more territories near to Robotyne. You can see this dark blue area. Those are the new liberated territories by Ukraine in the last 24 hours. We're getting very close to Novoprokopivka from both of the sides. I think that in 1 week or so Russia is going to perform the goodwill gesture from Novoprokopivka. The scenario of the Ukrainian counteroffensive is pretty much understandable for me. Ukraine is going to liberate the nearby villages in that area because it's very dangerous to leave them behind, and later on we're gonna break the Russian defense lines in all of the areas across the front lines, including Verboe. For that we need Abrams tanks and ATACMS if possible. After it, the counteroffensive will go much faster compared to what we've witnessed for a very long time, many months already. I wonder why there is no update from Klishivka, because from my information and from well-known information, Russia left this village. I guess in a couple of days they're gonna update this information. Not so good news are coming from Marinka. Russia concentrated lots of the forces. They're trying to break the Ukrainian defense. For now we're holding, but according to our officials, Russia is up to break the front lines in this area and take this small town under their control. They're trying to take it since the beginning of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Russia shows this modernized T-80 tank with lots of the armor on top. The Russian designer said on camera that this tank is invincible against the Ukrainian drone attacks. It has the best armor and it will withstand everything. The tank was sent to the front lines. You may see the defense elements. It's exactly the same type of the tank with this armor, and our guys from Ukrainian army decided to test it, whether it's definitely invincible or not. Well, spoiler, it is not. The full video I will publish on my Telegram channel, not over here. Russia continued to lose lots of the artillery systems and tanks, but what worries me that they reinforced the production of the tanks. Before the war they produced around 100 tanks per year, and now they produce 200 tanks. Yes, those are in lack of the very precise equipment that Russia is in lack of, but still those tanks are tanks. Also, Russia started the massive production of the artillery shells, 2 million per year, and according to the military analytics today, I found out that it's more than Ukraine gets from our allies. Is this situation critical? Indeed it is. We need more artillery shells. Is it the catastrophe situation for Ukraine? No, it isn't, because the Russian artillery is less precise and also it has much less range compared to the Western-made artillery. That is why they lose many more artillery systems compared to the Ukrainian side. Plus, Russia wants to get the artillery shells from the North Korea. North Korean leader went to Moscow for the meeting to discuss that issue. Well, tomorrow we'll find out whether the G2 summit was successful or not. But actually, according to some leaked information, North Korea supplies already the artillery shells to the Russian Federation. They've started to do it around 1.5 months ago, after the Russian Defense Minister Shoigu visited North Korea. Germany decided to increase the number of the Marder vehicles that will be delivered to Ukraine, so totally we'll have 60 of those, before it was 40. Also, Bundeswehr will transfer the other critical equipment to Ukraine, but for now, no Taurus cruise missiles. The European Parliament recognized the self-proclaimed president of Belarus, Lukashenko, as involved in starting this war against Ukraine. They called for the International Court to put the warrant on him. Good news from Bulgaria: they want to build the NATO base on their territory. Also, they want to lower the restrictions for the Ukrainian grains to go to Bulgaria. Also, my friends, don't forget to press the like to this video, and also don't forget to check my personal link in the video description just below, where you may find the Atlas VPN Premium with a great discount especially made for my subscribers. My friends, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.